Hello there and welcome to Fairyland Cottage, and thanks very much for joining me here today. I'm going to make some makeup remover wipes. These are instead of the one-use ones that you buy in the supermarket, and they're in plastic packaging, and it just saves a lot of waste because once you make these, all you need to do is wash them and then you can keep reusing them over and over. I'm also going to make them very simply so that even if you haven't got a sewing machine, you can do them by hand. Let's get right into the video. You'll need a blanket or some type of cotton material. I'm using a blanket that I don't use anymore, so instead of giving it to the charity shop, I'm just going to use it to make something else. I'm only using about half of the blanket, but just make sure it's folded over because there's going to be two sides to the pads. Count out about 4 inches, and if you need, use a pencil to mark it. I'm going to use the lines as reference and then cut out a long strip. When you've got the long strip, then measure 4 inches again because we're making squares, and then either use a pencil to mark or cut it out, and then keep going until all your squares are cut out. I'm going to make about a dozen, but make as many as you like. Onto the sewing machine. When you have your little square, just put the measuring tape and mark it at 1 inch and at 3 inch on one of the sides. And that little bit in the middle, we're going to leave a gap so that we can turn it inside out when we're done sewing. When it's on the sewing machine, just move it down to the 3 inch mark, and then we're going to start from there. And what I do is I just reinforce always when I'm starting and when I'm finishing, just to make it a little bit stronger so the string doesn't unravel. And off you go, just leaving a little gap. Turn onto the last side and just go up to that little pencil mark you left at the beginning, just up to 1 inch. And then because it's finishing, just reinforce it there at the end. And if you're doing this by hand, same way. There you go, your little square is ready and you've got your little gap there, and we're going to turn that inside out. All we have is a little bit left at top, and there's 2 ways of finishing it off. Pop the little pieces down, pull it nice and taut, and we're just going to sew a little line covering that hole. And you can choose to use white or whatever colour your material is if you want it to blend in. I'm not fussy, so I just used what was in the sewing machine. And make sure you reinforce it at each end. The second way of doing the little gap is get yourself a needle and thread and just take a little bit from each side all the way along, reinforcing at both ends, and you'll see a perfectly neat square. And all that's left to do is just keep going, either by hand or on the sewing machine. I gave myself an evening to do this. It's really relaxing. You can put your favorite music on and just keep going until they're all made. Now, I did make sure that I used kind of absorbent cotton, because it's going to be better at taking off makeup. I just keep them in a little jar in the bathroom. Pop a little bit of makeup remover on the pad, and then it's really easy to just take the makeup off. What I like to do is just give it a little quick rinse before I put it into a cotton bag. And then when the cotton bag is completely full, I will then just wash them all together in the cotton bag in the wash machine. There you have it, some makeup remover wipes that you can reuse over and over, saving yourself on waste and money. That's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already and you'd like to join me for more videos, and let me know in the comments below how you get on, or over on Instagram at Fairyland Cottage. And I really appreciate all the thumbs up you give. It really helps a lot, and sharing with anyone you know as well is great. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another video, and in the meantime, have a wonderful week and just keep it simple. Bye.